Hey everyone, if you're a parent, you know that some days can feel like you're trying to find your way in the dark. Well, today, we're going to flip on the lights. We're diving into a program from Special Learning called Journey to Independence. It's basically a guide for parents on a really powerful approach called Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA, and it's all about giving you clear, proven strategies to help your child truly thrive.
Okay, so before we really jump in, just a quick but important heads up. This whole explainer is like a guided tour, and we're using content that is copyrighted by Special Learning, Inc. We're going to give you a really good look inside, but the complete, in-depth training program, that's available for you to purchase directly from them. You know, as a parent, your mind is always going, right? Especially when your child has unique needs. You find yourself asking things like, why does this keep happening? Or how on earth do I teach a skill that seems so simple, but for us, it feels like climbing a mountain? And maybe the biggest question of all, the one that just echoes in your head, where do I even begin? That can feel incredibly heavy and honestly pretty lonely.
Well, this training program was created to be the answer to that exact question. It's not just a random collection of tips, it's designed to be a clear path forward, a guide to get you from feeling overwhelmed to feeling confident. So let's walk that path together for a bit and see what this journey is all about.
The whole program is laid out like a roadmap, which is awesome. We'll start with what ABA actually means for you as a parent. Then we'll put on our detective hats to understand behavior. After that, we get to open up a practical toolkit of teaching strategies. Then we'll zero in on the super important skill of communication. And finally, we'll see how the whole thing comes together.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1. I want you to think of this first part as getting a new pair of glasses. It's designed to help you see behavior, not just your child's, but really everyone's behavior, with a totally new kind of clarity. It's all about shifting your perspective from a place of frustration to a place of understanding.
And the goal here is not just a bunch of theory. It's about handing you real practical tools. You're going to learn the why behind behaviors, the actual science of how we all learn, and you'll get proven strategies for those everyday challenges, everything from communication breakthroughs to mastering self-care skills like getting dressed or brushing teeth. And, so importantly, you'll learn how to actually see and measure progress, so you know you're heading in the right direction.
Okay, now we're getting to the real heart of it all. The part that, let's be honest, can cause so much stress and confusion. Understanding behavior. This section is all about becoming a behavior detective. It's about moving away from just reacting to a situation, and instead, really investigating what's happening just beneath the surface.
We have all been there, asking that question, right? Why do they keep doing this? It comes from a place of just pure exhaustion. What this course teaches is a huge mindset shift. The behavior isn't happening to you, it's happening for your child. For some reason, it's meeting a need. It's working for them.
And here's the first big aha moment. In the world of ABA, behavior isn't about slapping on labels like he's being angry or she's frustrated, because honestly, that's just us guessing. Instead, behavior is simply what you can physically see and hear. Crying is a behavior. Kicking is a behavior. Throwing a toy, that's a behavior. When you focus only on the observable facts, you take all the emotional guesswork out of it. It's a total game changer that helps you stop feeling so overwhelmed and start seeing things clearly.
And this right here is the simple but incredibly powerful tool you use for your detective work, the ABCs. It's so straightforward. A is for antecedent, what happened in the split second before the behavior. B is for behavior, what did you actually see and hear? And C is for consequence, what happened the moment after. Once you start jotting down these ABCs, I'm telling you, patterns start to emerge from the chaos. You finally begin to understand the why behind it all, and that is the only way you can start to make a real change.
Okay, so once you've become a behavior detective and you're starting to understand the why, you need the how. How do you actually teach a new, better skill to replace the old behavior? Well, this next section is your hands-on toolkit, and it is packed with strategies you can start using right away.
The course really opens up a whole toolbox of proven teaching methods. Now, you're going to see some technical-sounding terms on the screen here, like prompting, discrete trial teaching, and behavioral skills training. Please do not let the names scare you off. The training breaks every single one down with simple, clear video examples that make them all click. Let's just touch on a couple of them.
I want to pause on this slide for a second because this highlights a really important distinction that worries a lot of parents. Physical prompting in ABA is all about gentle guidance. Think of it like you're helping your child's hand find the right puzzle piece. It is never, ever about physical force or overpowering your child. The whole philosophy is simple. We are here to help, not to compel. And that's a core ethical principle of this whole approach.
All right, so DTT, or discrete trial teaching, this one is a powerhouse technique. Imagine you're trying to teach your child how to tie their shoes. Instead of showing them all 10 steps at once and overwhelming them, DTT breaks it way down. You might just practice making that first loop over and over and over with tons of praise each time. By breaking these complex skills into tiny successful steps, you build confidence and momentum, which helps your child learn so much faster.
And then you've got behavioral skills training, or BST, which is just amazing for teaching social skills. It's like a simple 4-step recipe for learning. Let's say you want to teach your child how to ask a friend to play. First, you instruct them on what words to use, then you model it. You show them how it's done. Next, you rehearse it together, maybe through some fun role play. And finally, you give them specific, positive feedback. It basically turns learning complicated social rules into a simple and fun game.
All of these awesome teaching tools naturally lead us into one of the most important skills there is: communication. You know, when a child can't express their wants and needs, it's a huge source of frustration for them and for you. This is an area where these ABA strategies can create some truly life-changing breakthroughs.
This quote is it's at the very heart of the ABA philosophy. If you've met one child with autism, you've met one child with autism. Every single child is an individual, and that's why this training is not a rigid rule book, it's a toolbox. It really emphasizes that you have to adapt every single strategy to fit the unique personality, the strengths, and the needs of your child.
And a really crucial insight here is that communication is so much more than just spoken words. This course empowers you as a parent to teach all kinds of communication, from turning a simple reach into a purposeful point, to using basic signs for things like more or all done, or even using a system with pictures. The goal is always the same. Give your child a voice, whatever form that voice takes, so you can reduce frustration and build that connection.
So for our last section, let's zoom out a bit and look at the whole package. Because this journey to independence is a lot more than just a set of lessons. It's really designed to be a complete support system for you, the parent.
The full course is just loaded with practical resources. You get 6 really in-depth training modules, plus bonus videos for troubleshooting common issues, and crucially, it is filled with video examples so you can actually see exactly how these techniques work in real life. You also get activity sheets to practice with, and you get access to a community forum, which is just a safe place to connect with other parents who actually truly get what you're going through.
And that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? To move from that feeling of uncertainty to a feeling of empowerment. This program is designed to give you the concrete tools and the clear understanding you need to become your child's best, most effective teacher and advocate on their own unique journey toward independence.
So, if this sounds like the map that you've been looking for, you can explore the entire training package and begin your own family's journey. You can find everything you need over at store.speciallearning.com.